Of all the operators we have seen thus far, Navin Rao is possibly the most underrated specialist in the game. But just how effective is he? In this video, I aim to demonstrate why I feel he is the most versatile recon specialist in Battlefield 2042. When we look at the other two recon specialists, Pike and Casper, the contrast between the two is very clear. Pike's recon is done up close and personal with her EMGX scanner, whilst Casper makes use of his OVP recon drone from a remote location. Casper is the embodiment of the classic recon class, while Pike is a sort of recon assault hybrid. So what does that make Rao? Well, in my experience, after playing as Rao almost exclusively since early access, he is what I would call a recon support hybrid, and his abilities can be used very flexibly depending on the situation. So Rao's equipment is the Cyber Warfare Suite, and this has to be, I think, the most versatile piece of equipment that any specialist could own. We saw in the game's trailer how you could hack certain control panels on the map to remotely control bridges and doors, etc. But my absolute favourite use of the Cyber Warfare Suite is hacking enemy vehicles, especially those pesky helicopters. I honestly feel quite invulnerable to helicopters when I play as Rao. If a sweaty heli pilot starts bothering me like a fly buzzing around Medina, I can just whip out my wristband and tell him to shh. The best part about this is that not only can they no longer shoot at me, but any countermeasures they might have are also disabled, making them a sitting duck and me a very smug hacker. And continuing with the theme of hacking, we can also use the Cyber Warfare Suite to hack enemy players. This has the slightly annoying effect of scrambling the heads-up display, but the real payoff comes after you put him where he belongs, on the ground, begging Falk for a revive. After killing the enemy player that you have just hacked, all players and equipment on the enemy team within a small radius will be highlighted on your heads-up display, making it far easier for you, as well as your teammates, to win the firefight. Now, you will have to exercise caution when choosing whether to hack an enemy player or not. If they aren't in the middle of a firefight, chances are they'll be able to turn around and put you 6 feet under before you've had the chance to change back to your primary weapon. So you want to save this ability for those times when you manage to get behind the enemy team unseen. Yeah, it's limited, I know. Now, I know a lot of you are after that slick looking tier 1 skin, so I'm going to hook you up with what seems to be a little known tip to get there rapidly. As soon as you unlock the SOFLAM, you should be using it every time as Rao, unless you are planning on getting right into the thick of it. Just get yourself up to an elevated position about 300 or so meters away from the objective on breakthrough, observe the battle for your SOFLAM, and watch the points roll in. I was really surprised at just how well this works, and I wish I'd discovered this while I was chasing that tier 1 skin. Oh, and you can also use it to terrorise enemy vehicles by locking onto them with it. 90% of the time, they run. You will also be doing your team a great service by marking all those targets for them. Knowledge wins battles, after all. Okay, so we got it down about his equipment. Now let's talk about how to actually fight with him. Now obviously, in Battlefield 2042, you can pretty much create whatever type of specialist you want, but I'm just going to talk about how I've been using Rao, and that is kind of as like a support guy, like I said. So I tend to sit not right on the front line, not right at the back particularly, but just in the middle there. I kind of blend into the crowd like a herd of zebras, get myself a nice little cover position, and just take pot shots at enemy targets I see, taking time to move every once in a while. And of course, I'm making sure to use my abilities as often as possible. So you can see here I've actually equipped an ammo box. This is so I can keep reusing my proximity sensor, just throwing one out, putting down an ammo box, pick up another one. Then once I've moved to a new position, I can throw out another proximity sensor, check what's ahead before taking out any targets I see, allowing my assault squad mates to move up a bit and before following them in. As far as flanking goes, Obviously, in Battlefield 2042, it's no secret it is very difficult to flank, so you'll want to equip a suppressor, subsonic rounds if you have them, equip them, and just take your time, kill just the enemies you need to get into position. Once you're ready, use your abilities to maximum effect, kill the most amount of enemies you can, either before escaping back to the sidelines or when you get killed. So what's your favourite use for Rao? Let me know in the comments below what you think, and don't forget to smash the thumbs up button on this video, as well as subscribe for more if you want to see more Battlefield 2042 content from me. For now, you can check out my AC-42 weapon guide, I'll link it on the left. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.